I have clients coming to me, hey, can you help me with this thing, this InfusionSoft? Because there was so many options inside of InfusionSoft that people who weren't tech savvy or weren't used to a platform this robust didn't know how to operate.
Is InfusionSoft the right marketing automation tool for your business? Now, over the last few years, InfusionSoft has been known as ConfusionSoft. It's been inaccessible and really, really difficult to use. So unless you were a superpower marketer, you were out of luck and you were out of money. But this week, InfusionSoft has launched a brand new simplified user interface. It's not only easier to use, it's cheaper too. So in today's video podcast, we're going to talk about the changes in InfusionSoft and if those changes are good for your business. Our guest today is Rhonda Wall. She is a certified InfusionSoft expert. So sit back, listen in, and see if InfusionSoft, the new InfusionSoft, is right for you and your business.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rhonda Wall. As Eva said, I used to be her online business manager, which wasn't an easy task, by the way. But no, she's great to work with. I'm a certified InfusionSoft coach and marketing consultant with Automation Agency. We're contracted to do like the kickstarts and things like that for InfusionSoft. So, and InfusionSoft just rolled out the new UI. Everyone's excited about it. And even asked me if I would come on and talk to you guys about it so you can kind of know what the difference is. So I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you.
I'm excited to have you here as well. So Rhonda, let's first talk about the elephant in the room as it relates to InfusionSoft. Okay,
right.
So the elephant in the room is that InfusionSoft is typically not affordable for small business owners. It is a super, super powerful platform, but it costs a lot of money. The old interface was really difficult to learn, so much so that Rhonda has a job.
Right, exactly. So yeah, when it first came out, 7-8 years ago, I had clients coming to me, hey, can you help me with this thing, this InfusionSoft? Because there was so many options inside of InfusionSoft that people who weren't tech savvy or weren't used to a platform this robust didn't know how to operate it. And so they would have to hire someone. So not only paying more for a system, they also had to consider paying for that tech support or that person to come on and help them to actually set it up and run it for them. So now InfusionSoft is recognizing that, and they're really wanting to reach these small business owners, the entrepreneurs, the solopreneurs more, that don't have the funds to afford the robust system of InfusionSoft and also hire someone to help them to manage it and set it up because it's a little overwhelming to them. And InfusionSoft recognized that and wanted to make it more accessible to people who were going to be setting it up themselves, for one, and also running it and managing it themselves, and also may not have the budget for the more robust portions of InfusionSoft. Yeah, definitely.
And that's such a great example because the small business owners, the coaches, the consultants, and so on and so forth who were using InfusionSoft were barely scratching the surface. So here they were paying all kinds of money.
Right.
To give you guys, if you don't know already, I think, Rhonda, you would know. I mean, with the old system, what was the entry point? Like, how much did it cost to get into the old system?
I think it was $1,200. It could be up to $2,500, depending on if you were using like the e-commerce platform and that kind of thing. So it was a big investment up front. Usually most clients were paying between $1,200 to $2,500 to get started with InfusionSoft, because like I said, depending on which parts of the platform you were going to utilize.
I typically say something like this. If you want to use InfusionSoft, you have got to be primarily selling online.
Right.
You've got to have a list that's probably at least 5,000 unique emails.
Right.
You need to have your sales and marketing funnel already planned
Mhm.
out. And I'm afraid to say, and I don't know how accurate this is, I think my thought was that by the time you paid the monthly fees, the startup fees, and you got your help and, blah, 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 that Infusionsoft was probably a $15,000 decision in the first year. Now that
Yeah,
would
and I
probably,
agree. And I even, as much as I love Infusionsoft and love the platform and all the things that it has to offer, I would have clients that would come to me and I would kind of talk them out of Infusionsoft because they just weren't there yet. To make that huge investment, to make that monthly commitment, if they weren't bringing in what it really took for Infusionsoft to make sense for them. But the ones who were, at a certain income level in their business and had really complex processes that they wanted to automate, then Infusionsoft was perfect. But for my smaller business people who only had, like simple processes, maybe they just wanted to automate that emails go out when one or two things happen, or kind of those scenarios, then Infusionsoft was just too robust for them. And so I would kind of defer them to use, a combination of a couple of other platforms together until they got to that point where they could use Infusionsoft. But the downside to that too, even of, because I know is, okay, you get established in one system and then you have an amazing online business manager like myself and your business starts booming, and then you outgrow those smaller systems, and then you've got to migrate everything that you've put into those smaller systems into something more robust like Infusionsoft, and that's another feat that you've got to go through. So I think it's awesome that Infusionsoft is doing this new UI where you can come in at that lower level that you're at and come in, set it up yourself, and then Infusionsoft can kind of grow with you. So once you do outgrow that new simple platform, then you still have that option to have all of those other robust features available to you as you're growing and as you're getting bigger and as you need them. So you're not paying for something that you don't need right now before you actually need it. So I think that this is really a great idea, and Infusionsoft has recognized this in their niche and in this industry of small businesses, that they need this. And your entrepreneurs, your solopreneurs, because you have a lot of your gurus who speak to those people, who speak to your coaches and your real estate agents and your technology people about how amazing Infusionsoft is. But if they're just not there to do the old platform, then that's a big stretch for them, and it's taking away from their bottom line when they're not actually ready to utilize everything that platform was offering. So it's really smart of Infusionsoft to recognize that and to to deliver that to this group of people.
I agree completely. Now, I know that folks have this question. And so, Rhonda, are there two platforms or is there one platform? If you are one of these advanced users and you have a large list and you have e-commerce and so on and so forth, and you want to migrate to Infusionsoft, is that a different platform or do you have to sign up for this one? Because I've noticed that their website is all the new platform.
Well, right now they're utilizing the new platform. Now I don't work for Infusionsoft. I work with Automation Agency and we're contracted. So I don't know for sure if the old platform is going to stay or not. I can't tell you for sure. I don't know. Right now, both platforms are available. So people who have the old platform aren't losing that. And I believe because I don't do sales, so, don't quote me on like pricing and things like that. But, because I'm after the sales made, then I help people in a kickstart with Infusionsoft that helps you get started in Infusionsoft and showing you how to set up your campaigns and get you going. So, so right now they're doing a drive for these small business owners and the entrepreneurs for this new platform. Now the old platform is still available. because, you know, I've had clients come through that actually they needed a few more features, and so they were able to switch to the older platform. So right now it still is available. I don't know if that will go away in the future because, like I said, I don't work with Infusionsoft, but right now both platforms are available, and people who have the older platform aren't losing that. So that's where it's at right now.
Let me just go to the home page so you know where you're at and what you're seeing. Okay, so we
Right.
can see here. Here's something I really like. They have choose a business, and so clearly, you can see right here who the ideal Infusionsoft customers are, and I really like what they've done here. I think that's really great. If you see yourself here, chances are that this is a good tool for you.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you've got goals that you can select, which, oh, maybe I have to choose a business first. Okay, now I can't do anything.
All right, you done
There it
broke
goes.
it. You
I'm
broke
gonna choose,
Infusionsoft.
right, I'm going to choose
I
this.
remember those days being your online business manager, you calling me up, oh, Rhonda, you're going to kill me. I broke something.
I broke something, right? I'm going to do some typical things. I'll choose marketing agency, and I'm going to choose capture more leads, right? And then I can
Right.
probably choose a demo to do that. But, you know, you can see what they've done here that's really great is they're getting typical businesses, and I'm assuming, and this is really interesting, that these are all the areas where they can help.
Right. That's what it's covering. It's covering the basic things that your small businesses and your entrepreneurs, what is the most important to them. So what you have are your campaigns where you can build your email marketing campaigns and automate those so that you're not, you know, doing too much hands-on kind of stuff. You can automate that. You have your basic CRM. You can import your leads. You can, tag and, you know, take notes and keep up with your leads and the progress with those leads, create tasks for yourself to follow up. All of that's available for you there. You still have your reporting, so you can, you know, drill down. The tags, you know, tags are a big thing with Infusionsoft. All that's available for you as well. You can have multiple users on the new UI. What it's done is it's taken those things, like you said, that are the basics and essentials of running a small business online, or even offline, like your real estate agents and lawyers and doctors. Like, it's really good for those small businesses too. But it's taking those features that you need. So number one, you need a CRM, somewhere to keep your leads, somewhere, a way of capturing new leads, and a way of nurturing those leads that you have into purchasing from you, and then a shopping cart feature to actually process those purchases. And then Infusionsoft also a while back rolled out their own shopping cart platform, their own payment processing platform, because, you know, before you had to either use, like, you could integrate PayPal, or you could integrate like a third-party merchant account. And to get a third-party merchant account, you know, you've got to like give blood and sacrifice a virgin half the time to be able to qualify for a merchant account. And so small business owners just weren't equipped to do that. And they wanted something that was, you know, a little more than coffee, a little less than cocaine in their payment processing. So they wanted something that was a little more than PayPal, but a little less than going through the process of opening up a merchant account. And so that kind of that middle ground is Infusionsoft's new payment platform. So you can use that. The prices are comparable. I don't want to quote prices because I don't do sales. So that's why I don't want to like quote
Well,
prices.
you could see the pricing here. We'll just jump
Yeah.
over to the pricing
Yeah,
tab.
it's like, well, even I'm talking about like their e-commerce side, like it's very comparable to like what you would pay for like a payment processor like Stripe or PayPal or Square. So
Well, you can see right here, I
yes.
am clicking on buttons. So if you want e-commerce, there it is.
Right.
This is very reasonable. You know, I like to do things that are less than, and I love they've got this like 500 contacts. And this is something really important, which I think that a lot of small business owners, yeah, they actually don't have like a million different people on their list. Now, if you're a consultant or
Right.
if you're one of these guru expert coaches. I know they tend to have ginormous lists, but Rhonda, as you know, I'm all about list quality and not list quantity.
Yeah, and that's the truth, because you can have a huge list, but if that huge list is not engaging with you, then it does you no good. I would much rather see someone have a smaller, more intimate list. It's kind of like having a friend circle. So, you can have 15 friends, but if only one or two of them are the ones that would pick you up on the side of the road if you have a flat tire, then that big circle of friends does you no good. So it's much better to have that smaller, intimate list of people who are actually engaging with you.
So when you really look at this pricing, so I chose 2,500,
Okay.
right? And if you're someone like, I'm an online publisher, so email is not a huge component of my strategy, and I don't
Right.
sell anything online. So I don't need these added functions, but it's very
Right.
nice if you can. So you could see for $54 a month, you're getting a CRM and an email marketing system all in one. And I think
Exactly.
that's pretty
Yeah, and
comparable.
it has everything that you need. You have one user account, which is usually how a small business is operated. You're a solopreneur most of the time. You've got your contact management. You've got your marketing automation so that you can nurture these leads into a sales funnel. And then you have your unlimited emails. So you can create funnels that, sends out, weekly tips for the whole year. You could have that in there, and all of that's included. You can also send out your email broadcast. So if you wanted to send out a monthly newsletter, which are things that are important in this online world, that's available to you in this new platform too. So it's basically taking those core things. And I found too, even when I was setting InfusionSoft up before for clients, they were really only using these core features that now are available in this new UI, which is user interface. I don't want to use initials, and not everyone knows what I'm talking about, but it's taking, they've listened to their small business owners and seeing, okay, what are they actually utilizing in Infusionsoft? What's the core of what they need? And that's what they're providing. So then it's not so overwhelming when you have a system that's full of all these other bells and whistles that you're probably never going to use, but you feel intimidated and feel like, oh, maybe I should be utilizing that, or maybe I should be doing this. And I know for me, probably, 80% of the people that I would set up in InfusionSoft didn't need all the other bells and whistles anyway. Our main focus was, having the campaign builder. Your strategy guides are still there, which is like the done for you campaigns that are kind of built out. You have that available to you, which is amazing. And I utilize them myself when I'm doing the Kickstarts with Automation Agency. I utilize those strategies because they're already built out, but because I just customize it for that client, knowing what their future goals are, what they're trying to do. I can then take what's built out, what Infusionsoft recommends for that. So if you're building a campaign that's like a referral campaign, then, I might want to add or take away a few little things in what's already built out and what Infusionsoft recommended. But it's all there for you. So you don't have to start from scratch and figure out, okay, where does this process start? Because if you've been in Infusionsoft before, it's kind of like I call it a flow chart. So inside those campaigns is a flow chart. When this happens, then we want this to happen. And when someone takes this action, then we want this to happen. And all of those features there to be able to automate that campaign process are all still there and available for you. Even though you may not use them all of those processes are still there for that small business user. So really all they've taken away from this platform are the things that most small business owners weren't utilizing anyway.
And it's a great place to start. Now you said, and that's true, one of the things that Infusionsoft does better than anyone else, and it seems like a lot of other platforms hobble along with this,
Right.
and that is, you should know how many people are on your list. And lots of different platforms have this thing where you create a list and people are on multiple lists.
Right.
And then it looks like you've got 5,000 people when what you have is 800 people. and that's very, very difficult to manage. So one of the things I like about what Infusionsoft does is this tagging thing where you can tag them. So you always only have one list.
Right.
And that's really, really important. You want to have one
Right, because
list.
you see how many contacts you have total. And then if you want to drill down to the segmentation of those contacts and where they came from or who they are, then the tagging allows you to do that. So then you can segment them when you want to segment them. So in some of the other email marketing platforms and CRMs, you're seeing how many people you have in certain areas instead of how many contacts you have in all. How many people that you have in your CRM in a total number. And so that's a really good thing. And the tagging in Infusionsoft is very important. It's something that I talk about a lot, especially on my Kickstarts, is that the tagging in Infusionsoft, and it still can be used that way in the new user interface as well, is being able to track behaviors, who clicked where, and that's some of the things that you're missing in some of the other systems. You want to know,
but can you have it in this new interface?
Yes, all the tagging is still available in tagging the behaviors and tagging what they clicked, what they didn't do, and also putting them into different sequences based on an action that they took.
And that's in this platform, because I really
Yes.
did see that is, and so that's really good to know, because it's not.
Yeah, you still have all of your campaign build out features there.
That's
So
great.
yeah, tagging, like, if you have someone and you send them an email and you ask them, are you okay? So for example, if you're a real estate agent, you send out a general email and you're trying to get a feel for, okay, is this a buyer or a seller? If they click buyer, then we can put them into a buyer campaign. If they click seller, we can put them into a seller campaign. If they have, then from there, we can even drill it down even further, like what's their budget? So if their budget is this range, we can put them into a campaign. If their budget is this range, then we put them into a different campaign. So all of that is still available there in that in the new user interface. It's just done in a simple way where you can get to your campaign builder much easier. You can find it easier because it's right there on your screen. Before, it was like a drop-down menu, and you click on, it's still there, that on the old platform. It's like, you click on the little Infusionsoft icon and it drops down and then you go over. So it wasn't really clear, okay, where do I go to start? So now it's really clear because it's laid out in like little boxes. So it's like, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, I want to build a campaign. Okay, click this box. We're going to go build a campaign. I want to import by contacts. Okay, click this box. Let's go do that. So it's really, it's all there for you. It's simple. And, what do you want to do? Just click and we're going to take you there. And, all the instructions are still there. You still have your little help guides and the prompts to tell you, what you should do next and guiding you along. So all that's still there and available for you in the new UI.
Well, that doggone Infusionsoft, they've taken away all of our bitch factors.
Exactly, they have. So no one's calling it Confusionsoft anymore.
Well, and you know that because it's really hard when you know the platform. You know it way better than I do. I'm slightly familiar with it, but it's really, really frustrating because it is very powerful, but people just were not capable
of utilizing
using it. And what I really like is that it's finally accessible to people in like little teeny tiny bites. So
right.
if you don't have a large email list, or let's say you've never done it. Hey, I know small business owners whose CRM is their QuickBooks.
Right, exactly. And a lot of our small business owners that come through for their Infusionsoft Kickstart, that is their CRM.
Or it's their Outlook email or whatever,
right.
Gmail or whatever, right? Because there's like little plugins you can put in to have it almost be like a CRM, but either way, that's never good enough. And there's no way. And I know from working with them and putting them into some of these email systems, it can be cumbersome. But I have one very, very important question, because one of the things that's very important to me, and I would imagine a lot of other small business owners, is integration. This is why a lot of folks love MailChimp so much. There is not a single thing out on the planet, it seems, that MailChimp does not easily connect to. How
right.
does InfusionSoft do based on your experience in essence? If I am a small business owner and I want to start small like this, I'm going to go from nothing. I'm going to choose InfusionSoft, and grow into it. How is that going to interact with like my WordPress website where I want to have opt-ins and have them be pretty and so on and so forth?
Yeah, and all that's still there and still available for you to use. And if you have a WordPress website, Infusionsoft already has an Infusionsoft Forms plugin that you can install. All that's still available for you. All of your third-party integrations are still there and available for you for what you want to use. And then, too, there's Zapier for anything that's not already set up to integrate with Infusionsoft. And Zapier is one of the new platforms or newer platforms that is allowing that as well. But yeah, any of the integrations that you want to utilize with Infusionsoft, those are still there and available for you in the new UI. So you're not losing that at all. You're really, they have really done a good job with it because you're not losing all of those things that you really like about Infusionsoft. The things that aren't there are the things that honestly, as a small business owner, you probably weren't even utilizing anyway.
If you're thinking about switching your email marketing system and your CRM, you're thinking about combining your CRM and your email marketing system, what else, Rhonda? Who should be checking this out?
Yeah, I think this is perfect for your small business owners who are going to be running Infusionsoft themselves more than likely. Maybe they're going to get a little bit of help, but not a lot of help. They are used to some of the other platforms and setting those up, and so they're comfortable doing that. If you have absolutely no tech skills, it's kind of hard to use any platform, but they're small businesses. I mean, you showed it. Infusionsoft has made it so easy and so affordable too, that even if you're starting really small, it's a really affordable platform. You were showing like up to 2,500 contacts. Most small business owners don't have more than that anyway, and you're at a price point of, what was it, $59 a month. So it's a no-brainer. And you have all of the features there in one place, which is amazing because you can collect new leads, keep up with your contacts, nurture those leads, and process your sales. Those are the 4 core things that you're doing as a business, as a small business. And so all of that's there and it's available for you. So that's who it's for. Now, your mid to corporate size businesses, they need more robust things. They may need, action sets and some of the other things that are available on the more robust system, really complicated sales processes and sales pipelines and, things like that. They're corporations, so they need, like multiple users. You can have multiple users on the new platform, but they just really need to drill down. So like your mid to corporate size businesses, are going to fit better on that bigger platform. But most of you guys that are really into Infusionsoft and kind of where it started is, your entrepreneurs, your solopreneurs, and your small businesses that are ran by, 1 or 2 people. That's who Infusionsoft is reaching with this new platform, and it has everything still there that you would utilize. So you're not really missing out on anything.
So did I hear you say in a previous conversation that you currently are onboarding clients using this platform? And so does that mean that if a small business owner, I guess if they sign on to Infusionsoft, then they're going to get this new platform. Are there options available for them to talk to an expert like yourself?
Well, Infusionsoft kind of sets that up.
Uh-huh.
So Infusionsoft, when you sign up with Infusionsoft, you have the option of, and what automation agency does, we're contracted to do their kickstarts, but Infusionsoft will set all that up for you. So Infusionsoft, even for this new UI, they're offering you that option of having a kickstart with an expert who will help get you started in there. So that's all still available to you too. Because automation agency, we're getting kickstarts with this new platform. So all of that help to get you going. So it's not like you sign up and you still don't have that like kickstart help available for you. That's still available for you too in the new UI, which is awesome.
Well, I'm all for DIY. I know you're a DIY person too, but at the
Right.
same time, I always tell people, you've got to sort of decide, because you don't want to do what I've done in the past, which is how Rhonda and I met. You sign on to a new platform and you're like, I can totally do this myself. Except
Right.
you have no time to do it yourself, and you're incurring charges, and meanwhile nothing's getting
Right. And one of the beauties too, to InfusionSoft's Kickstart is what's kind of in there too is a marketing strategy. So you're actually getting someone like myself that's contracted with InfusionSoft to do these Kickstarts that has that online marketing experience too. So if you get this new system and you're like, yeah, I want to use it and I want to utilize it and I want to collect new leads and, you know, I want to nurture my own leads, but I'm not even sure how to do that. So it's not just the technical side that InfusionSoft offers in their Kickstarts. You're also getting that marketing consulting part of it too, which can be very important too. Even if you are a little tech savvy and can set things up yourself, having that advantage of getting the marketing consulting part of it and asking an online marketing expert, you know, what do you think? What works? What doesn't work? That's really a real nice feature for small businesses in getting set up, because you know when InfusionSoft does these Kickstarts, that's what their InfusionSoft coaches, they have InfusionSoft coaches who are in this industry, know the industry, and will give you marketing advice too. So you're getting that added piece too.
I never thought of asking this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're an InfusionSoft coach and a startup coach, right? And you have all this marketing experience. Now, one of the things I noticed is that a lot of these, you know, they're targeting different industries. Are there InfusionSoft coaches, whether it's within your company or other companies, who have certain kinds of industry experience?
Yeah, and InfusionSoft is really good about doing that too. So they'll send us information. They know what coaches specialize in which areas, so that they know which types of businesses to give to the different coaches. So us at automation agency, we will answer like, you know, we have coaches who specialize in this industry, and this industry, and InfusionSoft does their best to try to match up those people that are experienced in certain industries as well. So yeah, they've thought of everything.
Well, you know, I think that's one of the things, like I said, you know, I'm Miss DIY. I like to do it myself, but my God, you have really got to pay attention to say, is this time best spent? And if you are going to, so
Right.
even though I'm sure there's an extra fee for this, what did you call it? Quick start thing.
Yeah, it's a Kickstart, InfusionSoft Kickstart.
Kickstart.
So totally worth it, because like I said, you're getting the setup, you're getting because you'll get some, you know, campaigns done. That's the time to ask questions, and because you get several calls on your Kickstart with InfusionSoft, and we love doing those. So but yeah, you're getting all that, plus you're getting the marketing advice too. And like I said, InfusionSoft does a really good job at, you know, matching up who's going to, you know, be the coach for you based on your industry. So they like to know that too. They like to know, you know, who specializes in what, so that it is really designed for you and your business, and getting the best experience possible out of it.
Well, I can't tell you. I've been, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't gripe about how difficult InfusionSoft is anymore. Right? The
You
biggest
can't call it
gripe is,
InfusionSoft anymore.
it's so wonderful. It's so hard. It's so expensive. Oh, it's so powerful. Right. It's so hard and it's expensive.
Right. Now it's not.
And now it's not. And now lots of people don't have anything to say. But I, for one, am thrilled about the change. And I hope a lot of small business owners are as well. Any parting words for our audience, Rhonda?
Yeah, I'm just excited that, you know, now it is something that small business owners can utilize in their business, and don't have to, you know, start out in a smaller system and then try to migrate over, because that is takes a lot to do that. It's a big jump when you've got established in one system and have to move to another. So I think this new UI is going to be great. I think InfusionSoft is also going to continue to listen to their users and what they like or don't like about the new platform, because you and I both know anything new comes out, there are going to be things you don't like about it and things that you do like about it. But I think InfusionSoft does a really good job at identifying that and really listening to their users. And they listen to us too as contracted InfusionSoft coaches as to, what we think and giving our feedback as well, and what we're seeing, working with clients that come on too. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I hope you guys will go and, check it out. It's definitely worth it, and it's going to give more power to your small business owners and entrepreneurs.
Well, I don't think I could have said it better myself. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to let you guys head over to InfusionSoft.com, take a look. If you have questions, or send me an email, even at DIYmarketers.com, and we will try to get those questions answered. I'm going to let you guys go off and have a fabulous rest of your week and have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us today.